Very good morning, students. Hope you all be fine. Happy Teachers Day to everyone. Okay, yesterday we have done the sums of 2.1. In that we have learned how to convert the cumulative frequency into normal frequency. Now today we are going to complete this exercise. Again, there are some formulas which we have already written, but we are using it today. Now which are they? Now friends, when the mid values and the class lengths are given, then to find the upper boundary and lower boundary point, we have formula mid value minus 1 by 2 class length for lower boundary point and mid value plus 1 by 2 class length for upper boundary point. So that formulas will be used in 8 and 9 sum, which we are going to solve. Yes. Okay friends, on page number 37 we have sum number 8. So everyone, mid values, frequency and class length is given. Obtain original distribution. Okay, they are telling to obtain the original distribution. I am drawing the columns. Exercise 2.1. In that we have 8 sum. Now mid values, F, class length C. Better to leave one line for solving this sum. Okay. Now upper boundary point is equals to mid value plus 1 upon 2 class length. I am writing in short, otherwise the space will not be enough. Mid value is M plus 1 by 2 C and lower boundary point mid value minus 1 by 2 class length, and finally we will write class. The type of class is not mentioned, so what you get is the correct answer itself. Okay, yes. Now one data 25 105 230 400 650 900. Draw the lines. These are the rows and columns. Now data 10, 30, 40, 60, 80, 30, sigma F is equal to N is equals to 250, 50, 110, 140, 200, 300, 200. Okay. Now we are starting. Okay. Mid value is 25. Okay, plus 1 by 2 multiply 10. Yes. Now, first take the calculator and solve this thing. 10 by 2 is 5. 5 plus 25. 30. No, sorry, I am making a mistake. Let it be written again. Okay. 25 is the mid value plus 1 by 2 into 50. Class length is 50. Now, as we have limited space, 50 by 2 is 25. 25 plus 25 is 50. Okay? Yes. Then next. Okay, right here itself. 25 minus 1 by 2 into 50. Now what you will do, 25 minus half of 50 is 25. So 25 minus 25 is 0. So finally 0 to 50 is class. Okay? 0 to 50 is our class. 25 plus 1 by 2 into 50 and 25 minus 1 by 2. So this is lower boundary point, so 0 to 50. Why I am writing upper boundary point first? Because it has plus. First you are subtracting, then sometimes you will get confused. Okay, next. 105 plus 1 by 2 into 110. First always take this 110 divided by 2. 110 divided by 2 is 55. 55 plus 105 is 160. Now 105 minus 1 by 2 into 110. So 105 minus 55 is 50. So the class will be 52. To 160. Okay. Then 230 plus 1 by 2 into 140. 230 plus 70 is 300, and 230 minus 1 by 2 into 140. 230 minus 70 is 160. See friends, you can check it in one other way also. If here I am getting 160 and here if I am not getting 160, then I have made some mistake. See, it should be same. Now 400 plus 1 by 2 into 200. 100 plus 400 is 500. 400 minus 1 by 2 into 200, so it will be 300. So class will be 300 to 500. Be careful that you are not writing the lower boundary point as upper and upper as lower. Why I have done this? Because first we need to add everything. 650 plus 1 by 2 into 300. 650 plus 1 is 800. 300 by 2 is 150. 150 plus 650 is 800. Then again 300 by 2 is 150. 150 and 650 is difference is 500. So 500 to 800. The class lengths are equal. Last 900 plus 1 by 2 into 200. So it is 100. So it will be 1000. Why? 900 plus 100. Then 900 minus 1 by 2 into 200. So it will be 800. 800 to 1000. They have asked only just the original distribution. They are not made it clear that inclusive or exclusive classes. So what the classes we got, that is the correct thing itself. Okay. So this was about sum number 8, where the mid values were given, where the frequency was given, where the class length was given. Upper and lower boundary point can be found using this formula. How differently can you solve? First, if you think that you have to solve only this much, then solve this much. After that, in the last you write the classes. That is also allowed. So mid value plus 1 by 2. Why we are first adding? Because first we add, then we get the idea of the thing, and then we are subtracting, and then we are writing the class. Okay. Now 9 sum is same as 8 sum, but the difference is that that class lengths are not given. class lengths are not given, and also they are asking to find the exclusive class. So first we will find the exclusive, then inclusive class. See, again I am saying, what is the difference between 8th and 9th sum? In 9th sum, if you see, mid values and frequency is only given, class length is not given, and also the classes are asked inclusive. But first, what type of class we are getting? Exclusive. Here it is okay, but in that sum we have to think very much. Why? Because see, this sum is very easy. Just we are splitting the formula, just we are obtaining the class, that is a simple thing. But in next sum, what is the difference? Information regarding the number of accidents in a city during the year is under, find the inclusive continuous distribution. Now see, mid values and frequency is given. Friends, one more thing to understand. When the class lengths are mentioned, when these class lengths are mentioned, it means that each class has difference. See, there is the difference 50, then here is 110, then here is 140. Means their class lengths are different, and these classes have unequal class length. Now, when the class lengths are not mentioned, it will be assumed that the class lengths will be same, and we can check it also in the book. See, you can check the columns. Check the difference between all the mid values: 11.5, 21.5, 31.5, 41.5, 51.5. So it says that there the class length is 10 difference is given. Okay, friends? Yes. Sum number 9. Mid values M. Number of days, frequency F. Now, as the class lengths are not given, we are not writing its column directly. Upper boundary point is equals to mid value plus 1 upon 2 class length, and LVP is equals to mid value minus 1 upon 2 class length. From this we will get class exclusive, and we will obtain class inclusive. For that, from exclusive inclusive, subtract 0.5 from the lower value, add 0.5 to the upper value. And why always we are getting exclusive class from the mid value? Actual formula for mid value is lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Here you do not require the boundary points also, but it is in general practice that from mid value, if we are obtaining class, then first every time we will get exclusive only. Then if they are asking inclusive, then it will be converted. Okay? And write down here C is equals to 10. Why C is equals to 10? Again I will say, see the difference, friends. 11.5, 21.5, 31, 41, 51.5. The difference is 10, 10, 10. So the class length is 10, 10, 10. And how you get, if you need, you can write difference between mid values. Difference between mid values. How you get this C is equals to 10? Okay. Leave one more line. Now data 160, 120, 43, 40 and 2. Don't confuse with the frequency. Sometimes you may think that from the highest value to lowest value this is more than type distribution. No, this is not more than type distribution. Sometimes we get confused, okay, but nothing is mentioned about that, so don't take tension. Yes, total is 365. Total is given, so don't get confused, okay. Yes. Now upper boundary point 11.5 plus 1 by 2 into 10. So 10 by 2 is 5. So add 5 to it, we will get 16.5. Then 11.5 minus 1 by 2 into 10. Subtract 5 from it. So it will be 6.5. So the exclusive class may be 6.5 to 16.5. Inclusive we will do afterwards. Then 21.5 plus 1 by 2 into 10. So again 5, add 5 to it. So 26.5. 21.5 minus 1 by 2 into 10. Subtract 5 from it. 16.5. So again class will be 16.5 to 26.5. There will be always difference of 10 and as this everything is equal. So see now 36.5. You don't need to calculate also because the class lengths are same. Here the gap will be of 10, here the gap will be of 10. This is just a formality to write. Okay. Now it is very easy thing. 26.5 to 36.5. Okay, whenever you require, you please use the calculator. Now you are not in 10th standard, you are in 11th standard and calculator is allowed. Okay friends, so don't be ashamed to use the calculator. Be confident. Everywhere the difference is of 10. Okay, this is ready. Now converting from exclusive to inclusive 0.5, subtract from the lower limit and add 0.5 to the upper limit. Okay, sorry, I have made a mistake. Sorry in writing. We are converting exclusive to inclusive, not inclusive to exclusive. If exclusive to inclusive, then plus minus. Sorry, I have made a mistake. Now add 0.5, so 7. Subtract 0.5, so 16. I have made a single mistake in writing from exclusive to inclusive, plus and minus, not minus and plus. Then again 16.5 plus 0.5, so 17. Here minus, so 26. Then 27, 36. 37, 46. Then 47, 56. These are the classes. Okay, you may see it. What was the basic difference? That class length was not mentioned, but the difference between the mid values are same, so we will find that the class length is as the difference was 10. And what was the again difference? First we have exclusive, but we need to find the inclusive, so we have done that thing. Okay, so that's all for this sum. Now the last sum of this exercise. The last sum is about to find the boundary points. Means whenever you need to find the boundary points, it is converting inclusive to exclusive. It is the same thing. But friends, as I said, whenever we were writing writing the notes for this chapter or guidelines for this inclusive exclusive. At that time I have made a thing clear that always the difference will not be 1. So always 0.5 and 0.5 plus and minus should not be done. First you have to see the difference, and that is about the tens sum. In tens sum the difference is not 1, the difference is less than 1. So first find the difference, then divide the difference by 2 and then plus or minus that thing. Plus or minus we are correct. If we have to convert from inclusive to exclusive, then minus plus, and just now what I made a mistake, exclusive then inclusive then plus minus. That thing everyone knows, but always 0.5 will not be used. That you must understand, and about that tens sum is given. Last, here we need to use that formulas which we have written, that is only for your understanding, but in 11th standard also you have to use this rapid formula shortcut method, otherwise you cannot complete the sum in the exam. Okay, yes. From the following data obtain class boundary points means whenever it is said obtain class boundary points, so it is exclusive and the classes will be given inclusive. You can see also 1 to 1.475, then 1.5 to 1.975. Now you see the difference. Upper limit of first class is 1.475 and lower limit of next class is 1.5. The difference is not 0.5. Difference is, I think, 1.5 minus 475 is 0.025 the difference, and divide it by 2, so 0.0125. So we have to add and subtract that thing. Otherwise the sum is very easy. But now make one calculation for obtaining class boundary points, that is exclusive class. This you write with pencil, exclusive class. Okay. For obtaining class boundary points from class limits, and again write with pencil inclusive class and column. Give the heading for obtaining class boundary points, that is exclusive class from what? From inclusive class. Difference between any upper limit and the next lower limit is any upper limit and the next lower limit. Suppose we are taking for first class. For first class 1.475 is the upper limit. For next class 1.5 lower limit. UL means upper limit, LL means lower limit. Difference 1.5 minus 1.475. I may check it. If I am wrong, then okay, there will be a problem. 1.5 minus 1.475 is 0.025. Difference divided by 2, 0.025 divided by 2, 0.0125. Okay, so this 0.0125 should be added and should be subtracted. From lower limit it should be subtracted, from upper limit it should be added. So this simple calculation you need to write. Why you need to write? Because here the difference is not 1. Here the difference is 0.025. So what we have to add and subtract? 0.0125. Don't forget this thing, please friends. This is very easy, but if you are forgetting this thing, then it will be very difficult to understand. Okay, now we are solving some. You may write, you may see it, you may write. Okay. Okay. This was a part of tensum. Okay, again don't write class inclusive. We will obtain class exclusive, and which is also known as boundary points, and this thing is known as class limits. Okay, so what we will do, minus plus, but not 0.5, 0.015, and finally frequency f 1.475, 1.5, 1.975, 2.475, 2.5, 2.975, 3.475, 3.5, 3.975. Sigma f is equals to n is equals to, okay, frequency is then 5, 10, 20, 25, 5, 10, 20, 5, total equals to given as 70. But friends, use your calculator to do this thing, otherwise a single mistake will hamper the sum. 1 minus 0.0125 is 0.9875, and 1.475 plus 0.0125 is 1.4875. 1.5 minus 0.0125, this should be the answer. Okay, 1.4875. Now 1.975 plus 0.0125, 1.9875. Now one thing I will explain. See the classes 1 to 1.475, 1.5 to 1.975. Now these both classes are same, but what is the difference? Instead of after the decimal points are same, instead of 1.5 it is 2.5, instead of 2.5 it is 3.5. Now if you don't use the calculator it is okay. 1.9875. See, instead of 0 it is 1. 2.4875. 2.4875. 2.9875. 2.9875. 3.4875. 3.4875, 3.975. Means what I have done, instead of 1 here, 0 here 1, instead of 1 here 2. The point decimals are set 9875, 9875, 9875. Instead of 1 here there is 2, 4875, 4875, 1, 2, 3. These numbers will be recurring as the difference is same. Then 1.4875, 2.4875, 3.4875. 1.9875, 2.9875, 3.9875. This is the simple trick. Okay, so we have completed the exercise, friends. All the 10 sums are completed. I would like to say that if you all do these sums orally again by yourself, you all are writing in your notebooks, that is very good thing, and you are sending it properly also. Now what I am saying is that for your convenience and for your practice, do these 10 sums orally, means with writing, but do not look in your notebook and check whether you are able to solve all the sums or you are incurring any problem. And if you are incurring any problem, then you can see your notebook, you can see your notes. So if you are doing the daily things, daily work, then it will be very good for the every chapter if you are revising in such a way. Okay, for the Next topic, we are taking the theory part, but we are doing the sums tomorrow. Okay, now exercise 2.1 was about classification of quantitative data. Quantitative means with numbers. And exercise 2.2 will be classification of qualitative data, means with attributes. Including number, there will be attributes. Now we are seeing it on page number 37. Classification of qualitative data. The process of systematic arrangement of qualitative or attribute raw data into rows and columns on the basis of standards of classification is called classification of qualitative data. Please underline the first line. And again in the last line, usually there are two types of classification, simple classification and manifold classification. Again underline that thing. Now we are looking what is simple classification, and then we are looking what is manifold. Simple means there will be only one attribute. Attribute means types. A classification prepared on the basis of single attribute is called simple classification or tabulation, and they are giving example. In illustration 18 you can see that there is a single attribute. What is that attribute? Designation of employee. See, numbers are given, number of employees are given, that is quantitative data. But when the attributes, when the type is given, security person, peon, clerk, manager, means they are a type of employees. What type of employees are in your business? Only single type, means designation of your employee, that is a simple classification. Now again, if you are classifying them, designation is given. Now how much are males, how much are females? Then again it is subtype of classification. And from male, how much are married and how many are unmarried? That is again explained. The same thing is explained in illustration 19 and 20. In illustration 18, only a single attribute is given, that is designation. In illustration 19, along with designation, males and females are given, means gender is again an attribute. In illustration 20, designation, then again gender male and female, then again marital status, married and unmarried. So they are sub-classifying the sum as we have done in first chapter. A single area, that is a attribute. Now again if you want to sub-classify males and females, so it is again an attribute. Now in that males and females, married and unmarried, so it is again a classification, means you are distributing the classes according to different types. Now manifold classification on page number 38. A classification of raw data carried out by considering more than one attribute of units under study is called manifold classification. So in simply, what you will understand, friends, that if single attribute, I am not telling designation only peon or designation, but what I am telling, you are distributing the employees according to their designation, means you are distributing only one. So it is simple. If you are distributing the employees and again you are sub-classifying them as males and females, then that is manifold, because first you are done according to designation, and then according to their gender, then according to their marital status. So you are sub-classifying. So that is manifold classification, and we will have sums of this type. A sentence will be given, as you can see in illustration 18. Sentence will be given, you have to prepare column on that basis, illustration 18, 19 and 20. Now for this, there are some of the guidelines and some of its uses, everything is given in theory. Again we are seeing on page number 39. Types of tabulation and uses. After deciding the standards of classification, the quantitative or qualitative data arranged in the form of table. Simple table of numerical, also called frequency distribution, and frequency distribution of bivariate data is called bivariate distribution. If there is single frequency, then it is simple classification, and more than one, so bivariate data. Bi means two. But bivariate data is not included in our syllabus. This is just for the information. Okay, now what are the uses of tabulation? Tick this question, you do not need to write. Tick this question, it can be asked in the exam for 2 or 3 marks. Now the sums which are having sums, do not want to write the theory, you just need to underline. Why I have given in the first chapter? Because in first chapter only there is theory, there are no sums. So I have given theory. Now in this every chapter, from chapter 2 to chapter 9, in the end, there will be so much theory. I will tell you to underline, but you do not need to write that. If you want, you can write, otherwise it is not necessary. Okay. Now, uses It represents the extensive data in simple, organized and precise manner. If we are preparing the table, then you can easily understand the data in organized and precise manner. Otherwise, if they are writing only single sentence, then we cannot understand the data. If you are classifying it, it will look good. The time, money and labor required for the study of data under consideration is saved as unnecessary information is removed. We have studied in first chapter that while collecting data you need to ask some personal or supplementary question, but which are not required for us. You are just taking that questions for your convenience, for not their convenience. Okay, so while presenting it through a table, unnecessary information will be removed. In tabulation, various characteristics is to be compared and placed side by side. See, males, females, married, unmarried, they are prepared side by side and they can be compared also. Hence comparison is easy. Row and columns totals are found in table. See, everywhere totals are also found. Therefore, any error occurring due to oversight can be detected eventually and rectified easily. How you will rectify? You are taking vertical total, you are taking horizontals total. So if there is any mistake, you can find. Okay, we will see when we are doing this. The analysis of the data becomes simple and convenient if they are presented in table. It is a simple thing, we have seen in the first chapter also. If you are just writing the sentence, people will not understand. If you are presenting it in an attractive and graphical manner, people will understand. Now, on page number 40, what are the guidelines or what are the rules or what are the things which are to be kept in mind while preparing these tables? In order to make the information more meaningful and to derive significant decisions easily from the table, some important guidelines of tabulations are to be followed. Which are they? Number 1, appropriate title should be given to the table. Whenever you are preparing the table, please give a heading. There should be clear and simple captions to the rows and columns. See, these are the captions, rows and columns. Simple. If the figures are too large, then it should be represented in hundreds, thousands, lakhs or crores. Suppose, if you want to write instead of 5, if you want to write 5 lakhs, and if the space is not sufficient, then how to write this data, you know? Write only 50 and in the heading write this much zeros. This is not useful to you. This is just for an explanation. Otherwise, this is not useful to you now. It is useful to you in next college studies. This is just for your understanding. The zeros which are not capable to write, then you can write in upside also. Okay. The interrelated information should be shown adjacent, means near to each other in such a way the analysis may be simple and the conclusions may be easy. Suppose there are males and females, then if you are writing males here and after 3 columns if you are writing females, that is not allowed and information can be understood easily. In order to distinguish between the main characteristics in the table, it should be separated by lines. See, always we are drawing the lines. There should be a provision for indicating totals for primary and subsidiary characteristics. See, we are taking the total of frequency. So vertical total and horizontal totals must be also there. Source of data mentioned at the end of table. In actual answers, we are not writing the sources, but in real practice, when we are collecting the data, we need to write from where you collected this data, so that you can understand whether you have collected the data, it will be primary, or you have collected from someone else, it will be secondary data. Before preparing the final table, a rough table should be prepared. In the sums, it is not required to prepare rough table, but the rough table is for your understanding. Suppose you are drawing the permanent tables. Now, if you are making mistake in drawing the rows and columns, then it will be a mistake. So, it is advisable to use the rough columns, but in exam it is not required. It is better to present as much as data possible in single table so that the comparison becomes easy. If it is possible, then do not draw so much rows and columns. If it is possible, make it thin. Okay? Not okay. So these are the guidelines which is to be remembered.